BEEX project is a no-profit foundation about visual art and photography. If you want to help us, just drop a donation on buymeacoffee.com/BerlinExplorer. So, welcome to this 50 minutes of experience. Today I'm with Said Sharif. Welcome, Said.
Welcome. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. So, today we talk about your experience as a photographer, as human. And before to start, I want to ask you to introduce a bit yourself, and then we can go on.
Sure. My name is Said Sharif. I was born in Baku in '96. I was actually into drawing from childhood, which led me to illustrations later. And during the school time, even and before the school time, I was always drawing everywhere, on the desk, on the books, on my drawing books, you know. Then I got into graffiti movement in my city. There were very few people, and I was one of them. So in my 16s, I got into it, and I had lots of nicknames at first. Then I chose Wish at the end point. Still till today, I sometimes draw, like paint on the wall. I also paint on canvases and paper. So later on, I had some mental issues. I guess I don't know exactly did I had or no. So I had some crisis went off in terms of creativity, and here I got into photography. We had like family camera, which is Sony Cybershot 12 megapixels. Yeah, so one day I decided to take it just with myself and try this. Before it, I took pictures actually, but I wasn't into photography as a photography, you know.
Yeah.
I even printed my pictures and hang them on the wall, but I never considered myself as a photographer, or photography wasn't like a medium for me. It was just the practice of eye and just shooting the things that I liked, which I actually now do as well. So I took this camera with myself and shot a couple of times, and two of them I liked. And then I've met some people in the city who were photographers, and with their directions, and like I got into like photography stuff later on. So I researched a lot, and I tried to not to research too much, because even now when I look at my first pictures, I see that I like them more, kind of, because when you research, when you see a lot of stuff, you are shaping yourself, and this leading out of like out of abstractions. Let's say I liked abstract photography back then. So pretty much this. Yeah.
So, tell me a bit about how it's composed your work in photography. So have you some habitude to go out and taking pictures, or is something you just have in your daily life? Tell me a bit about that.
Okay. At first, it started like daily. I just took my camera with myself, but later on, it continued as several times in a week. I went out and walked long ways and walked to the places that I've never been in the city. So it really helped me to learn the city at the first point and take good pictures and feel myself as a tourist in my own city. Yeah, and meet like confront other people like when they don't let you take pictures in some areas, and yeah, when you have some troubles, even with police, with guards in yards. Yeah. So this helped me to get out of my comfort zone and explore new. Yeah.
Cool. So, and I see in your work there is a lot of architecture design. It's really nice because you compose your picture with this light. It's really lightly, and these shades of color are so beautiful, I have to say.
Thank you.
And it's really particular for me to see also Baku from this perspective, as I think you know that we got in touch with some photographer of Baku some months ago,
Yeah.
and yeah, your point of view is really interesting from that part, that side of Baku, because it's not a city I never visited before. So then, in a way, I get in touch totally with also your reality, and I'm asking to myself, did you ever thought about to start to travel, I don't know, in other cities and doing the same?
I actually had some plans. You mean within the country or outside the country?
Also outside the country.
Outside the country, yeah, I had some plans to visit Tbilisi, but unfortunately it didn't happen because of the pandemic and stuff. And we also had war here, so borders were completely closed, and yeah, that was difficult times. But in the future, I still have some plans to visit Tbilisi, Kiev, maybe Peter, St. Petersburg in Russia, maybe Europe, of course. I mean, as much I will go far, as much better, I hope. So yeah, I have plans to visit other cities, but right now I'm based in Baku. Unfortunately, other cities in our country is not like super like has super infrastructure for like good photography, but for trash photography, yeah, fine, they're totally fine. Maybe I will visit them sometimes, but for architectural photography and for like as I shoot, mostly they're not fully meeting my expectations, I guess.
So, what I want to ask you also, it's what kind of what do you want to say with your picture? What would you like that people receive from watching your picture?
It's a very crazy world, let's say, and especially in these areas. And lives are different for me. Like every human being has their own life and their own world. I just want people realize that there is like tons of beauty laying around, and you just need to look closer and like settle down a bit and like just watch and observe your surrounding, and yeah, and see the layers, colors, shapes. And also I noticed in my work that my work is directly coming from like human nature, like the leftovers of human nature, like human, not nature, human, how to say, human conditions, let's say.
Yeah.
Like they did something and left, and what's the end result, end product of the situation, and that's the point of my photography, I guess. Also, I like abstract photography that I do very much, and I like architectural, like minimalistic ones. Like I would say my photography is something like between minimalism and trash photography.
Okay. So do you work also on this side? And I have seen that you have also this current project is windy windshields.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you want to talk me a bit about that?
Yeah, actually, that started when I got into photography very first. I was very perfectionist back then, so I always wanted to have my own, to bring something new to the world. Yeah, and in the photography, I found this one, with the windshields, because nobody back then did it as a project. So I started notice this windshield decorations and also car decorations that people do here. So and every one of them is like bringing the personality of the driver to the world and expressing their. You can even like see something like as their beliefs, religion, like their like country. Love, how much they love country, even like crazy stuff. Or once I saw like crocodile head on the windshield. why you would put that here? Yeah, so this was very interesting for me, like human people. I mean, they put their identity to everywhere here. Yeah, so I wanted to show that identity in my work. So maybe I will do a book of this project.
Will be really nice, I think.
Yeah, I just don't know the direct, like how to say, line of the making book. I know how to make a book. I just don't know how to promote it for the best sales, and I want it to be seen everywhere. So I don't know how to market it.
It's a bit tricky, I have to say.
Yeah.
I do it books, and it's a bit tricky. I mean, it's really expensive.
Yeah, right.
And it's really difficult today to sell your book because as a cost, as a really a cost, and even especially it's when you do it photography, it's totally different from doing, I don't know, writing. You have really to know in a way who is your audience in this case.
Yeah, right. So I'm looking forward to maybe in the future, if I will do any shows outside the country, to make it as an ongoing project, and like with the volumes to have them in my shows maybe in the future. Yeah. So
will be really nice, I have to say. So and let's talk about another point. I want to ask you, how is for you the experience to be there in Baku and to communicate with your photography with the people around you?
It's very interesting because I guess we are now here in Baku, living in that period when photography is, before us, photography. Before, not us, but before a little bit of period, let's say, photography was considered as only portrait photography and wedding photography here. So when you would say I'm a photographer, they would say, come shoot our weddings or something like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
So they didn't know that photography can be like street photography and like city photography or the other photography types, Yeah. So when even me, I was an artist, but I wasn't like fully aware of this photography. And when I knew that even X-rays are considered as a photographer, I said, "Wow, my dog is also like, photographer." Yeah. So yeah, so today is very like changing period, and people get used like to it more and more. But unfortunately, we have very low infrastructure in terms of museums and governmental support, and even like society from society side. Yeah, so you can't like you can. I guess it's very very impossible to survive as a gallery here. But it's like we try our best to make people aware of the photography and change their mind about it. Yeah, so I guess we are doing well for now, because somebody bought my print last week. Yeah, I was happy. That was the first time.
For sure, if you sold your first print, it's
yeah.
it's a good it's a goal, no? We can say.
Yeah.
And I will
Definitely.
give to you the.
And it was like the first person who I don't know, so she just went into my like Instagram and liked the picture and asked, "May I buy a print?" I guess yeah, cool. Yeah, I sold it and was happy. Yeah.
So for you, what will be something you say, let's say, that will give you more power to continue as a photographer?
As a photographer, I was working on
as a visual artist. It's not only as a photographer, as a visual artist in this case.
Okay. I would say support from the locals. That would be really very powerful. And also I like collaborations, and I did as a illustrator, I did a collaboration with the New York store. It's called Official Exclusive with Julian. He's a great guy. He makes pins about photography. And I did some real cool sketches of the cyber cats and sent him, and he liked the idea, and we made together a collection of pins, like 3 cat camera.
Yeah, I have seen on your profile.
Cyber stuff, yeah. I like collaborations. I would say that collaborations would help me. Also, as a photographer, as an artist, I'm looking forward to residencies in other countries, maybe in Europe, but this also in a slow mood because of the COVID and stuff. Yeah.
Amazing. So it was nice, Said, to talk with you. And I
thank you very much.
To have many other collaboration we can have in the future for sure about photography, not only. And so if anyone want to see the work of Said, link in description. And if you want to comment, there is the last link in description. You can send a voice message. And that was everything for today. Thank you a lot.
Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting me, and good luck in your project. And definitely looking forward to have collaborations or other like supportive things. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to this podcast, and if you want to learn more about us, you can visit the link allmylinks.com, Berlin Explorer, or our website BEEXproject.com. And if you want to follow us, you can always get news from Instagram on our account BEEX Project. Thank you again, and see you in the next episode.